Hey, what's going on? It's the Zonk Man. I'm still here. Appreciate everybody out there. Need to do a video. Yes, this is a record store day video. So for some of you, that'll be reason to click on. For some of you, that will be reason to bypass. I'm going to try to make it very, very short though, as quick as possible. Hopefully it should be under 10 minutes. Just to kind of give you an idea. You know, what's the Zonk Man doing? You know, Zonk Man's still been buying records, still been going to Grown Man Record Night. So I understand if that's not your thing, the live stream, the late Friday nights. It's hard to watch live streams after they've happened but are put up on YouTube. I understand, it's whatever. But this is just to still let you know the Zonk Man is here, so I need to put something on my channel. What better than RSD? Some clickbait for most. And, oh, this is a short video, so this ain't going to be too much. What else is going on? I got the meetup is coming up May 2nd in Greenville, South Carolina. So I'm looking forward to that. Definitely, looking forward to that. What else is going on? I don't know. Let's just, what do I got playing in the background? Some psychedelic Astral Yacht. Thought I'd play that in the background just because it's stoner stuff and won't get copyright or anything like that on YouTube, unless Derek gets like super big. It's and then he'll have to go around and shut everybody down unless they pay him the big bucks. Anyway, I have no idea what I'm talking about. And then for Metal Theologian, I've got my mic in the beard. So record store day, even Friday night at Grown Man Record Night, there was comments in the chat that were like, I'm surprised the Zonk Man's not already standing in line somewhere for record store day. That's usually the case. If you want to talk about the list, I know that it was a crazy list. A lot of people were very excited about the list. The Zonk Man, not so much. Basically, I had really tried to fine tune. If it's a first, it's not exclusive, bypass it. If it's a live album, bypass it. Unless it's it has to really be a band that I really, 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 really dig, then I'd probably give a live, but just a live for whatever, bypassing it. So you really got to be exclusive. And for me, I didn't even this was Saturday morning. I probably didn't get up until maybe 9 a.m. after Grown Man Record Night. And then I said something, did whatever. Got going. I said something to Mrs. Zuckerman. Hey, it's record store day. She's like, what? Today's record store day? Well, you ain't said too much about it. Nah. I was like, there was really only one record I wanted. One record I wanted. That's it. And it was exclusive. So, well, she's like, what are you going to do? I was like, well, I wasn't going to do anything. I was like, I'm thinking about going to Mckay's. Now, here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, Underdog is gone. Underdog was always the big one to go to for a record store day. Hippo's not participating. And really, Mckay's is it. Now, Mckay's, some people get mad because Mckay's is like a used bookstore and more, like crazy more. And I've talked about Mckay's in the past, about pricing their vinyl too high and stuff like that. So they sell nothing new. But that doesn't mean that they get ruled out on record store day. So they get record store day stuff. Maybe a couple years ago, they didn't. I mean, I probably went 15 minutes before, and there was 10 of us waiting to get in. Now they said this past record store day. There was a crazy line at 7 a.m. And then that's just when the workers were getting in to get ready to open up at 9 or whatever, I guess. Because they still had to set all the stuff out. They may have it priced or whatever, but they do stuff differently there. They have stuff very up front on tables and racks and stuff where they set all the record store day. Anyway, so at 9:30, I'm like, I think I'm going to go to Mckay's. Just to see if they got this one record. If not, boom, turn around and go back. So I go. That place is crazy anyway on a Saturday morning. Because people go there crazy. It doesn't have to be record store day for it to be crazy on Saturday morning at Mckay's. People just go there for all that stuff. So I went. It's busy. Looked around. They had seemed like more tables out of more RSD than in the past. And boom, there it was. This is what I was looking for. The Gits, etc. Big old record store day right there on the front. This is actually a raised cover. That's good. Now, this probably isn't on everybody's radar. Like, who is the Gits? If you're not familiar with the band was in Seattle. And I probably consider it a little bit more on the punky side than grunge. And then the lead singer had the horrible story of getting murdered in '93. So it definitely took and ended her life short and ended the band. I think put out a record in '94 that had her recordings on it, and then another record after that, and then they were done. There might have been one record before she passed. So very limited as to the stuff. If there's records out there, there's comps and a couple albums. Records and CDs are insane if you find them. If you can find somebody selling one. But so I thought I'd do the Gits. And this is not a reissue of any of that. I think they put together some kind of live deal. So this is all like live at the radio station, live at the Albion 93, live at some clubs, the Canal Street Tavern, the Off Ramp. Those are probably, if you know Seattle, you probably know those clubs or whatever. So I thought I'd get this. Bam, there it was. Only one copy. Only copy they got. Went up to the cashier, cashed out, and was gone, man. Got my record. I probably left the house at 9:30. I was back home, because really these stores are close. Hippo is probably within walking distance of my house. And then, I don't even know if Mckay's might be another mile and a half down the same street. So it's not really that far apart. I was back home at 9:50. Done with record store day. Here they did some, it's supposed to be like a black and white marbling on a clear. Very minimal. There's a picture on the inner. Of course, this is Sub Pop release. There is some information there. And you know how Steve Carlson always talks about no extras. They did give a sticker. The Gits sticker. So that's a cool little added deal in there. But that's it, man. The Gits. That's all I got for record store day. And the Zonk Man called it quits. I was able to put more money towards recently Art, North Carolina Vinyl Picker. Went to his store, his little store online or whatever, because I forget he closed eBay and is still doing Discogs or vice versa. Either way, I spent some money, got some records from him, some psychedelia reissues and whatnot, and some older pressings of some hard rock, acid rock type stuff from the late 60s, early 70s. Stuff that he sells at his little store, you know, just to kind of... He does doubles and stuff that he doesn't really care for. He resells just to keep funding his hobby. So that's really all I got, man. I was just going to come on here and talk about that. Happy Record Store Day. Peace. See y'all later.